Hi everyone, welcome to my video today. I'm going to do a video based on my series I'm doing about personal branding within UX, particularly being a starter within this sort of field. I kind of want to explore in terms of the need for developing communities. So, for example, if you're new to the field like myself, it's understanding a bit more about how you can build influence and understand a bit more about how you can grow your connections and just general development within this field. So, I'll give you a bit of backstory. I do coaching. Well, I get coached by a few people on several subjects, for like personal development, writing, and also UX. Well, my UX is a UX mentor, but I kind of so recently I've started a new role as a associate UX product manager, which is such an amazing achievement, and the company is great, and I'm really happy. Then it's kind of thinking, okay, then where can I go next within my personal brand of UX? How can I develop that influence? How can I develop more connections? How can I build up I suppose, a network if I needed any help or any growth? I could contact and actually ask for influence and ask for advice. But at the same time, it's good for projecting work like this, and also helping to develop more better ideas, creating growth. I think that's what the good thing about UX has been that I've noticed about that. It's not an individual focus, it's actually a community focus, which is great. It's all about working together rather than as an individual. So, with the communities, I am focusing on developing my influence within this field, as I just said. I'm particularly focusing on personal development within UX. That's where my broad is. There's some people that focus on tools, some people that focus on roles, but for myself, I want to focus on in terms of people who are looking to go into UX. How do I get in? How can I develop my skill set? Where can I ask for additional help? This is where my niche is, and that's what I develop. However, I've noticed that actually, in order to get more influence and more broader reach, I've had to grow my communities. And I spoke to my mentor the other day, my coach the other day about this, and I was thinking, how can I grow my communities? And there was a step plan that we're looking to go through. So one is understanding what is online, because at the moment, being COVID, everything is focused on building communities online, but at the same time it brings an advantage because you're not just focusing on one geographic area, you're focusing on massive growth, and also massive anybody is contactable at this stage. So I was thinking, okay, that's great, that's the main focus, growing the communities, looking at hashtags like on LinkedIn, Instagram, Medium. What is a subject area that I can grow in with my personal development and UX brand? And it's such a massive market to approach. And I've understood a bit more about what hashtags to use. So again, personal development, UX design. That's the first step I've had to go down. The second step has been to identify key influencers that could actually grow. So it's not just about the big names within the field itself, but it's also people who are niche in their field and also have a smaller following. They're the people I want to get into because they have that real personal impact compared to others who might be in that field. And I think for me, it's also not just focusing on the new side of things, it's also focusing on developing growth within what I've got now. So I've taken something that I did in another course. So this is Creative Conscious. Thank you, Chrissy Levitt, for this. I've taken it on board for my own personal brand. So what it is a network map. This has helped me to grow my current connections, how I can nurture them and better them further. So that will help not only with the old, with what current, then also with the new. So what a network map is it's like a mind map where you write down, I suppose, networks you have in your field, the current field. So for example, for UX, I have courses, I have UX Academy, I have my mentors, I have my groups I'm involved with, like the London Java community. And then you write down specific people that you can contact. And then you've got sort of an idea of what areas that can be impacted. So it might be personal development, it might be public speaking, it might be just UX practices, it might be just general chit chat about the area. So you need to sort of define a bit more about who is worth contacting and who is worth growing in that field. So that's my kind of start of the personal development journey in terms of personal branding within UX. Hopefully I was sort of giving you an idea about how to develop communities. It is, I gotta say this, it's a massive thing to do. And I know this is not going to take overnight. I know it's going to take about probably 6 months to a year to actually get this going and actually get the communities where I have that strong influence and actually that strong reasoning and just general connection to people within the field. But hopefully by taking these steps, I sort of understand a bit more, and hopefully you can take this on board as well in terms of understanding what steps you can take to develop your personal brand within any field, not just UX. So I'm going to keep doing these little mini vlog diaries in terms of progression in this. Hopefully the next video I have will keep a bit more update in terms of how the actual personal branding communities is growing. And yes, I shall speak to you soon. Ciao for now.